Hello there, my friends. It is your boy, Zachary Zebra, checking in for what seems to be, let's be real here, a brand new installment here on the channel, here on YouTube, a place where I'm never active, LOL. And today I'm hitting you guys with a topic, something to talk about. I've done this video probably a dozen times in recent weeks. I've done this video once in the past, and it's a question that is asked across my social media religiously. And I'm going to dive right into it. Competing, competitive bodybuilding, competitive physique, competitive classic physique, what have you. Do I think about competing? Am I going to compete? And I'm just going to dive right into it. Guys, no, I have no present day plans to compete. Now, does that mean that I'm never going to compete in the future, the near future, distant future? It's hard to say, guys. The future is a difficult thing to predict. However, I just want to, address the question asked along with, giving reasoning, because I feel like whenever I've talked about this in the past or even left comments on my social media as to why I have not competed or taken it seriously, etc., I feel like I get a lot of backlash. This subject in general delivers a lot of backlash whenever I talk about it, because there's people that are just extremely passionate about competitive bodybuilding, and they foresee the potential within me, especially from the beginning years leading until now. I mean, I've been doing fitness for, it's going on 15 years. That's half of my existence on this planet that I've been weightlifting, learning the ins and outs of bodybuilding, applying different methodology and mindsets throughout the years. And I do want to say that I've had plenty of years in the past, plenty of different mindsets where I absolutely had planned on competing, or competing was always a goal. Stepping on stage competitively with other competitive bodybuilders, whether it be physique, classic physique, or open, I've always had a fancy for bodybuilding. It's been a very important part of my existence. It's impacted me on a great scale to help me overcome a lot of personal adversities that I have faced. And I have nothing but respect for bodybuilding. With that said, the industry is a lot different. The industry itself, bodybuilding itself, it changes so rapidly. I mean, if you look at the sport year by year, there's so many different divisions added, so many different faces, physiques, and, these guys are getting bigger and bigger, leaner and harder, denser, etc. It's always changing in direction. And I've kept up with all of it, for the past 15 years that I've been doing it. In the present day, it's been over a year and 4 months, over a year and 5 months. I lost track. It may even be closer to a year and a half now since I have cycled, since I have blasted and done a heavy growing phase. And now that I have taken so much time off, given myself time away from the hormones and given my receptors more time to clear, I've kind of become a little bit of a fan of coming off this stuff. I'm 30 years old, and I've been involved in this industry to watch a lot of guys mess themselves up. I've watched a lot of guys my age, younger and older, who they're not here anymore. As a result of, what goes into competitive bodybuilding, or just casually taking supplemental hormones in order to, utilize them as a tool to better your physique and to help you reach your ambitions, your goals. And I'm weird. I'm in a weird spot in life because, I'm 30. I've been doing this for so long. My physique is in a great place in terms of my own reckoning and my own analyzation of looking in the mirror at myself. I never thought that I would get here. I never thought that I would have the physique that I have today. If I took you back 15 years ago where I started this whole process and started to pick up those pink dumbbells for the first time. And it's incredible. It's incredible what you can do and what you can accomplish with your body. And it's such a rewarding process because of the pure manifestation of the work and the disciplines that you have inside and outside of the gym. They carry over directly to your physique. I love that shit. I love that shit about bodybuilding. Now that I've taken close to a year and a half off from cycling, I'm pondering on doing another growing phase again. However, I'm hesitant. I'm hesitant about doing anything too aggressive. I'm hesitant about doing anything that is going to cause a ton of side effects. So I'm in a weird spot, you know. A growing phase is definitely something that is due. And before going into this new growing phase in the near future, I just want to get myself into a great place in terms of my physical, in terms of my strength, in terms of my discipline of eating, in terms of my recovery, in terms of my sleep, in terms of my habits before going into a growing phase so that I can truly come out of this next growing phase with something absolutely not only noticeable but fantastic. I love bringing new packages. I love bringing improved packages. And that's something that I would absolutely want to have a knowingness about, is that when I go through this next growing phase, I come out of it looking better than I've ever looked before. And to be honest with you guys, my workouts currently, my strength currently, I think that I'm in a fantastic spot to do just that. If I were to start a cycle tomorrow, a growing phase, I would look inhuman in 3 months. That's a lot of talk, and I'm not one who likes to just sit back and speculate or talk. I'm much more of an action guy, and that's why you guys don't hear from me quite often. I'd rather the results speak for themselves, but it's something that I'm pondering on. In terms of competitive bodybuilding, maybe one day. If I get to where I want to be, we'll see. We'll have that conversation. And a lot of people talk like you're wasting your potential now. You could be getting your feet wet in bodybuilding. Guys, I have so much going on in my life, so much going on in my personal life that, to be honest with you guys, there's more to me than just bodybuilding. There's more to me than this really built fantastic vessel that I've worked on creating for 15 years. There's a lot more that I do outside of the gym. Of course, this is my career. Of course, social media and being an influence. Although it comes with a pretty bad rap nowadays, doing social media and fitness and being a shitfluencer, but I'm a part of it. But at least I can say I'm one of the OGs, and I did it before it was cool. I started carrying around a tripod and a camera in the gym 15 years ago when I got into this, and people weren't doing it back then. There were a handful of guys on YouTube doing it, and to see how crazy things have gotten nowadays, to where you walk into a public gym and there's 12, 13, 14 people with tripods and monopods and phone stands, you name it, coming in the gym and creating content. It's fantastic. It's great to see everyone applying themselves and sharing their transformations or their motivational content with people. It's inspiring people to get into the gym, but it also comes with a very cancerous territory. And that's one reason you guys see me lie low from time to time. This whole industry, bodybuilding as a whole, fitness isn't even about fitness anymore, guys. Have you been on TikTok? Where every other teen is blasting trend, and it's a trend to be blasting trend. It's very off-putting to someone like me who got involved with this to better myself, spiritually, physically, and admittedly, my idea of fitness has changed drastically. So, competing it's not in the cards right now. It's not something I want to take seriously. It's not something that I feel like I am destined to do. It's something cool to think about, like, hey, if I get up to a lean 230 one day, maybe we'll go win a few pro shows, or not pro shows, a few local shows. I'm sorry, I did not mean to say pro shows. But, like, get your feet wet, or maybe go do physique, some board short stuff. I don't know. But right now, guys, it's just not the time. And I have no problem answering more questions that you may have about it. So feel free to go down in the comments and ask more in-depth questions, because I'm sure I could talk about this topic for hours. Time to start a podcast, right? But I wanted to check in with you guys, touch upon a topic and a question that is asked religiously, daily in my DMs, and just something I wanted to talk about right now, because I've had people in the gym asking if I'm getting ready for a show because I seem leaner and like I'm dialing in. No, guys, it's summertime. I just want to look good. So it's your boy, Zeiler. I will check in with you guys later. Peace out. Bye.